The crypto bots, right now it's up $3,000 on the day, which is like 10%. Well, I am doing farm volunteering. Milani's all muddy, look. We waded into the, come here, what's called a lo'i. It's a colo terrace. Taro, it's a root vegetable. It's not really that popular in the US, but in a lot of parts of the world it is. And now I'm headed in from here to do a hiking tour, take these guys to a waterfall, maybe a scenic lookout. And they're paying me like $400-500 for this experience. So good day socially, I was here with my friends, Farmers Union. But I made this video to talk about the bots and the bot experience because I'm starting to get a lot of questions about it. Because I keep posting the P&L on Instagram and Discord. So I'm gonna talk about the experience. But I wanna say, first of all, look where we are. First of all, I wanna say that the thing that I like the most about the bots isn't that it's making me money. I like that, but I like that it's saving me time. So what the bots are doing is they're replacing my need to do any kind of manual trading. So it's significantly reducing my stress and increasing my free time. I do think it's necessary to invest and to be a little bit of hands-on in 2025 because of inflation and the dilution of fiat money. But doing it manually can be very stressful. Some of us don't respond to it very well. I mean, I can tell you, me in particular, I look back in my 2 years of day trading full time and I'm like, I was just a gambling addict, losing everything. And when I say losing everything, I don't just mean money, I mean my life and my health and my friends and my sleep. So it's really a beautiful place to come into where I can't believe it's a golden goose that I'm sitting on. It's better than Bitcoin in 2020 was. 2020, from say 10,000 Bitcoin, it's up 7x. But investing in Bitcoin doesn't compound the way this trading system compounds. I'm running it at very high risk. That risk, the 7-year back test, the average monthly return is 20% per month. The average monthly return is 20% per month. Now, I don't necessarily expect that to continue forever, and I expect really steep drawdowns because of the risk I'm running it at. But I'm up 100% in 4 months. My total deposits have been $10,000, and I'm up like 13 grand. It's really exceeding my expectations. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we came to this particular trading system, the process, so you understand. This is like probably the deepest I'm going to dive into it. So yeah, I'm going to share a lot in this, and also the experience of trading it and what to expect. But so I mean, it took me a while, but the thought process is that, okay, trading is a game of statistics. In order to trade successfully, you need to know you have a statistical edge. That's the first supposition. You need a statistical edge. The second was realizing that it couldn't be done manually. That either paper trading, live trading, or back testing by hand, it's way too slow compared to computers, and it's also really inaccurate. And when we're competing with genius quant hedge funds on Wall Street of Ivy League grads, you can't be doing shit sloppy by hand. You have to develop systems. So the first supposition is that you need data. The second supposition is that you need to do it by computer and not by hand. So the first was trying to develop these systems to backtest and figure out if things have edge, and found out some things have edge, some things don't. And when we found out that some things have edge, the third supposition is that if you can computer backtest it, you can automate it as an algorithm, which is true. So there's no reason to trade manually in 2025, with very, very rare exceptions. One exception is just dollar cost averaging into the market. Choosing your risk is an element of trading you can do manually. But placing trades. So I'm going to talk about some of the strategies that have come together. But as of now, In my account, I have 15 strategies trading 140 assets, and it's going to be 300 assets. For those of you who are licensing to, it's only going to be 30 assets. I'm going to come back and explain that later. But regardless, every 4 hours it's putting on new trades, closing new trades. I'm in 80 some positions right now. A human couldn't do what the bots do, and why would you want to? It's not fun. I mean, you could be digging in the dirt, swimming in the ocean, hanging out with people, with friends. There's just no reason to do it. It's fun. You start in trading and it's like addictive, the gambling element of it, the dopamine, but you get over that and it's like, this is pretty terrible. So, anyways, we're going to add more strategies and more assets to it. I'm just getting started. We're just getting started. I want to trade it on different asset classes. Right now it's just crypto. So one of the things that's been really important is finding the right business partner who's developer. I really believe in specialization and building a team. I've talked about it. When you look at the organizational chart of a prop firm or a hedge fund, it's not just one person. You have management, you've got risk managers, you've got creatives, you've got people in sales, you've got trainers, you have the traders, but a lot of them it's split into quants, fundamental analysts, and stuff like this. So knowing myself and my strengths, I'm a creative. I'm a really strong creative. I don't care to be the perfectionist. So I just need someone who is a really good, efficient coder and is also driven by it, and is also doesn't need to be creative. So I'm not saying my developer isn't creative, but he doesn't need to be, because a lot of it's my job. A lot of the systems have come from my ideas. Some of them have come from his ideas. So the journey to find my dev was multiple years, and it was 3 rounds of hiring, or not hiring, but partnering with quants. It was the 3rd round that it really worked. And part of it is the incentives. Why sell a trading system? Well, this kid, he was building rockets. He's got a background in building and launching rockets. To me, he's a wizard. He's a genius. He dropped out of college because he doesn't really have the money to keep going. He's not from a wealthy family. He's doing pizza delivery full-time and coding part-time. I don't know how old he is. I'm going to meet him in Colorado next month. We're going to go on a hike together. But he's a young man, early 20s. And this is perfect for me because I don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to put a dev on payroll. I want a business partner that we can grow wealthy together. So the incentive has been, we traded on my capital, can trade it on his capital too. I'm a prop firm, I'm allocating to you. I'm gonna give you 20% profit split. And also, I'm giving you the ideas, I wanna be able to license it. And the agreement is roughly split half. We brought in a 3rd person and there's certain expenses, but I want to be able to license it, and we split the profit from that, or at least split the revenue from it. So I'm a people person. I'm good with people. I'm not bad with numbers and math, but it's not my gift. It's not the best use of my time, I think. So that's sort of the role, how it's developed. Now, some of the strategies. I got into crypto trading, perpetual futures trading in 2022, and I had followed it for about a year. This is a product that only came out in like 2017, it's popularized in 2018. It's a new asset class. I'm not going to explain it exactly, but I'm familiar with traditional futures, trading commodities and equities, and crypto perpetual futures are a really unique take on them that gives a really unique product that's new, that gives a lot of interesting data. Some of the data will tell you about trader positioning. It will tell you about how trader positioning changed, who's long, who's short, who got stopped out, where buying pressure is coming from, if it's coming from the perpetual future market or the underlying spot market. So this was really interesting to me. It just tickled my brain because it's complicated. I wish I could give credit here for the interest, but I remember there was some guy on Twitter who's on the Coinalyze chart, and he has price, he's got spot CVD, he's got future perp futures CVD, he's got open interest, and he's got the funding rate, and he's interpreting what's happening. And I'm like, this is super interesting. So I traded this, and I started to develop fundamental ideas about certain things. Like, to me, if the funding rate flips negative, it's a fact that more traders are short than long, and I want to be long because I think most traders are going to be wrong. Or if everybody's long, we know for a fact, because we can see the funding rate is positive, we might want to be short. So there's certain divergences and arbitrages in here. Now, I started off trading this manually, and I really had no way to backtest it. I'm not going to explain how exactly, but my dev came up with a clever system to test it, and I'm probably giving away too much already, but this stuff works, and it works super well. Now, so it's trading all these, what I couldn't do one strategy on one asset is doing 140 tickers on 15 strategies. We also sprinkled in some price action strategies. I came up with I've got a different dev on the trend following side of things, and I was able to back test some short setups, which we incorporated. We incorporated Bitcoin trend following into the bots so that I don't even need to do that manually. So it handles the Bitcoin too. And he came up with a couple ideas of more obtuse things, or like some breakdown strategies. Mixed them all in, and then look at where the drawdowns are and allocate risk to each position based on. A lot of what I'm impressed with the dev is he's very good at developing the risk system. So when you have 15 strategies, trading 140 tickers or 30 tickers, I'm going to come back to that. It's you in hundreds of trades. How you need to really manage your risk well. So he's looking at when playing around with the different risk allocations to the different strategies. Not even how much to risk on an individual trade, but how much to risk as a max drawdown on a different strategy, and seeing not only what enhanced returns, but what reduced the major drawdowns. Now, a couple things here. One is, so we want to retain our edge, which is why I'm really not interested in selling it even. I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. And I'm like maybe making a mistake by even talking about it. But so the license fee right now is $5,000, which is a year, which is I think pretty cheap considering what I made and what I'm going to end up paying on it. And considering our competitors are charging $20,000 on a martingale system, which blows up. You've seen me talk about Curvado and NERP and these scammers whose strategies don't really work. Couple things. So that I want to keep that 20% a month. Will that continue forever? Well, it's been my experience so far. I think if it stops, it's not going to go to zero. It's just going to slowly lose edge. But one of the reasons it can lose edge is if we have everybody pile in and there's millions of capital. That's the reason why for the license we're only offering the 30 most liquid coins instead of 140. Because we're going to be, in a couple years here, we're probably going to be managing, we're not managing the money, but the bots will be plugged into tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in capital. This is my expectation for the next couple years. And if we're running your account at huge size and everyone's account at huge size on these low liquidity meme coins, it's going to be bad news. We're going to become the whales and become targeted and lose our edge. It's a lot more sustainable if we just look at these top 30 volume coins. So that's protecting our edge and the edge of anyone who licenses it from us. We're looking ahead to the future. Another reason that I think this could continue, though, is, so there's two. One is the gatekeeping. As of today, Americans can't trade Bitcoin. Americans can't trade perpetual futures. I'm an American. How am I doing it? Well, it's not offered to Americans, but it's offered to Palau Digital ID or digital residents, Palau residents. You can get a digital residency at Palau, which is an island in Oceania, for $250, and then you can get registered on exchanges. So that's our workaround. If you were to license this from us, we are working on putting it on Hyperliquid, which is a DEX that anyone could use. But as of now, you need crypto perpetual future access, which means getting a Palau digital ID. So there's a workaround, but what it means is that a lot of people don't want to do it, and particularly legally, large institutions cannot trade this product if they're originating in the US. As an individual, you can do it. If you're a hedge fund, you're not doing it. So we're trading a product that is relatively new and is gate-kept from a lot of the innovative competition. Those Wall Street genius quant funds, they're not our competition. It's gamblers, right? They're not our competition because they're not trading this product. Another reason they're not trading this product is because we're trading the altcoin market. What's the valuation in the altcoin market today? It's about $200 billion. It's sufficient liquidity to trade relatively big, but Apple is 10 times bigger than the altcoin market. What is the stock market worth? I forget, like 20 trillion or something? It's 100 times bigger. 200 billion times 10 is 2 trillion. Yeah, it's 100 times bigger. We're talking like tiny things. So hedge funds have only been comfortable trading Bitcoin as it passed the $1 trillion mark, right? Which happened, I want to say, in the past year. So now institutions are more comfortable trading Bitcoin. There's sufficient liquidity, but altcoins are still seen as an illiquid market. Now, again, the benefit of this is just less competition. Less competition means we can retain our edge for longer. How do we manage our edge when it erodes? Well, we already discussed this, and we've got a mathematical system that de-risks and shuts off bots as they reach new max historical drawdowns. So we don't even need to talk like, is this bot not working anymore? Should we shut it off? The system will do that. And we're continuing to add new stuff. The dev is swamped right now. Like, his priority is getting it on Hyperliquid, and then on improving the 30 ticker and the 140 ticker, like cleaning up that. It's not on adding new strategies, but it will be later on. Like, we're gonna keep improving it, and potentially we're gonna move on to what I want is to traditional futures. I want to be trading U.S. equities and gold. It's a bigger market. It is more competitive though, so it's going to be harder to find an edge. Yeah, all that said, that's just to fill you in on kind of what's going on. So I'm not that eager to sell it. Part of me wants to because I want the money. And because my business partners do. Part of me doesn't, and because I want to help people. Part of me doesn't want to because I want to protect the edge. But if I'm able to add like 10 grand or 100 grand to that trading account and it's doing 20% a month, like, I'm gonna get to multi-millions, 8 figures quickly. So I'm like, all right, let's open it up. So there should be a link down below somewhere where you can start to put in your email and get more information. You can either book a call if you're not sold on it. I'm trying to reduce the amount of calls I'm doing though, because I just don't want to do the calls, but I can. I'm doing so many tours and so on. If you're sold on it, you can also just DM me and we can do it over message and get you set up. But if not, I'm not really trying to sell anyone. I'm just also sharing the story. If you guys want to do it by yourself, good luck. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you need a couple black belts. I'm like a creative black belt and my and a people black belt, and my quant is a math black belt. So we've got a really solid team. Why do I say I'm a creative black belt? Well, some of you guys have followed me a long time. I mean, I have a TEDx where I have really innovative ideas. I have certain ideas that I've come up with that are unique to humans and progress human knowledge, and I can say that with a fact. It's not quite as impressive, but I was also a professional Magic the Gathering player, and my strategies were very influential. That's how I made my bread in my 20s, is through cooking up unique strategies in a card game, competitive card game. So, I've managed several businesses now, and I've worked in the most social environments you can imagine. So I've done a lot of sales and marketing and all this stuff. So I mean, we've got a hell of a team, and you would just be buying into our team and joining us. I'm sold out. Why am I okay with selling it? Because I want more money to add to the account so I can risk even more. It's been like so insane. Again, if it doubled in 4 months, it's like I'm just projecting. I might not do this, but say it doubled, I have like almost 30 grand in that account now, and it goes to 60. It could be at 120 by the end of the year, and then next year it's like next year it's in the millions, and then the year after that's in the 10 millions. But if I can add like another 20 grand today, then it just, it gets crazy. So that's part of my motivation. It's not really about money. It's about health and freedom and opportunity. What would I do? What would you do? You tell me. What am I interested in? I'm not really interested in changing my lifestyle that much, but I don't know, maybe getting land out here, building a community, starting a family, things of this nature. So, and money helps. It also always gives security. So, I appreciate y'all. Much love, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.